Hello and welcome to Blue Haze Streamers. And on today's podcast, I wanted to talk a little bit about the NBA Finals and kind of wrap that up and like how I think that went and kind of say how I thought that the Raptors were able to beat the Warriors. So I'll get into that. So first, I just want to say that congratulations on the Toronto Raptors for winning the 2019 NBA championship. It was incredible. I watched every single game. The Warriors, they put up a good fight, but without having Kevin Durant until Game 4, I believe. The Raptors were, able to win the games that they needed. I think the Raptors should have won Game 2, but they didn't. But it doesn't matter because they won the championship. But to see Kawhi, come get traded, come to Toronto, and delivered what he was supposed to do. He won the championship. That was his main goal. That's what they brought him up. That's what they traded for him. And that's exactly what he did. But then, they also brought in Marc Gasol and, Serge Ibaka stepped up. Frank Van Fleet stepped up. Just everybody. Kyle Lowry stepped up. Big time. So congrats on that, Kyle Lowry. And so I thought it was a great, final series between them. The Warriors really tried. Curry, was going out there and averaging like 30 points per game. He was doing what he needed to do. Draymond was trying to, lead the offense, when Curry wasn't there and, trying to get Klay going. And Klay had a great freaking series. I was so sad to see that he came down with that ACL tear. Prayers go up to you. Klay Thompson, I hope you come back better, stronger, even better. You're one of the greatest shooters ever play the game of basketball, and you have a sweet stroke. So I'm just sad to see that, you won't be here for most season next season, but, you'll come back. So I'm excited to see what you can do when you come back. Andre Iguodala, he hit, clutch shot. I think that's actually when they won Game 2 is he hit that, that clutch 3 that he was able to hit. So shout out to 2015 Finals MVP. And the Warriors, really tried Steve Kerr, but the Raptors just too much. Raptors were able to, step up on D. They were able to do their defense assignments and able to win a chip. Who I really want to talk about, besides, Kawhi Leonard, because obviously he led the team, was Frank Van Fleet. He stepped up big time. Yes, Kyle Lowry stepped up big time. Yes, they kind of all did, but Frank Van Fleet, off the bench. Not sure how many games he put off the bench or if he started any of the games, but he was a major boost for that team, especially after he had his baby. He was just firing out there. He looked comfortable. He looked smooth. He was running some pick and rolls. He was, he was hitting deep threes. He was playing like he wasn't phased out there. Like, yes, for most of the Raptors, this was their first NBA Finals ever. And then so with the Warriors, this was their fourth NBA Finals in 5 years. So pretty crazy to see that. But the Raptors were just able to play better defense, more, I want to say kind of like fundamental basketball, but like they just stepped up and played great defense, and they were just able to stop Curry and the Warriors, which, I did really think the Warriors needed KD to win this series, and he came back. Maybe he rushed his injury, his calf injury a little bit, which kind of sucks. So prayers up to KD. I know, with your Achilles injury, you're going to be out for the whole season. So I'm just hoping that, when you come back, I know a lot of people are saying, like, once people did it, like Kobe's done it, Boogie did it, Chauncey Billups did it. You're not the same when you come back. So I hope, you just take your time. You're able to, ease in, being, KD again, being that sniper that, we know you are. But to get back to the Raptors were just able to just explore the Warriors. They were just able to, play fundamental basketball. They were able to knock down shots. They, didn't really, rush it. I mean, maybe some shots, it's just a, game of basketball, it happens. But they were just able to, really, break down the Warriors and, play good basketball. Kawhi being it later. Siakam had 30 points first game. He didn't have, like a 30-point game after that, which was, I wanted to see more from him. But, it's a team effort out there. One person can't go out there and win the chip. So, that's why it was a team effort and they won. And I was super excited, and I was excited to see that. So that's all that I have today on this podcast. I just come on to wrap up the NBA Finals and just talk about how the Raptors were able to win, and they did. And so does Kawhi stay in free agency, and then do they go back to the chip? Who knows? With also KD and Clay being hurt, does that tremendously hurt the Warriors? Chance of making it back to the finals, and then who's gonna step up for the Lakers since they just got AD? The Pelicans have a good young core now, so there's a bunch of things that just happened. The NBA drafted last night, so that's kind of why I said with the good young core, because I drafted Zion Williamson, so that's great to see. So congratulations on the Pelicans, and that's it. Have a good one.